Hey guys, Tank and Trucker here. Hope you guys are having a awesome new year so far. Day number 1 of 2017. Hopefully we have nothing but good stuff to come in World of Tanks and in our lives. So, I am also going to do another review. Again, this is another small tank. Like I said, I'm going to try doing some smaller tier tank reviews since I don't normally play them and I don't review a lot of them. But I got thinking it'd be nice to do some of the smaller tier tanks for guys and girls who play tanks that are just getting into tanks. Um, just starting to play that are, their biggest tank might be a tier 5 or a tier 6. So, they need help too, and it'd be nice to kind of give them an idea what they're getting into, if it's worthwhile or not. So I thought I'd go ahead and do the T-34 up the Russian line. It is a tier 5, and it is a medium. And this one is, I kind of like it. There's nothing really spectacular about it, but the one thing I do like about it is you do have a plethora of guns to choose from. A couple tier 4s and a couple tier 5s. Now, I did buy the 76 millimeter. The pen on it is actually better on your standard round, but less on your premium. And with your standard round, it does 115 damage. On your premium, it does 110. Strange. I don't know why, but whatever. And your HES 39 pen at 165 damage. And they have a 57 millimeter, the ZIS 4. Now, like, if you own the T150, that comes with the ZIS 7, which is also a very good gun. But this one here is the one I went with. 112 for your standard round penetration, 189 for your premium round. The reason I went with this one, because if you're top dog, 112 is plenty of pen to go through your weaker armored tanks. If you end up being bottom of the barrel, you have almost 200, a 190 pen that you can use to work on tanks that are a lot higher tier. Now, the only drawback is it does 85 damage per shot, and your HE round really sucks at 29 pen with 95 damage. But the biggest reason I went with this gun is because the reload on it is 1.9 seconds. The reload on the other gun is 4.5 seconds. So I can put 2 rounds into them with this gun and do almost 170 damage, whereas with the other gun, one shot, same amount of time, 115 damage. Do the math, you're better off with this gun. You're shooting every 2 seconds, doing 85 damage, your damage per minute is probably a heck of a lot more. Again, I haven't played low tier tanks, so and I'm not the type of person where I'm gonna do review or games. I'm not gonna play this tank until I get a 6,000 damage game. So if I take a tank out and I do 200 damage, well, it kind of sucks when I do 200 damage. I got my butt handed to me, but I want you guys to really know what you're getting into so that you see the tank for what it's worth and what it can actually do. Not, I know a lot of guys when they do these tank reviews will go play 12 and 13 games and go, oh, I did 4,000 damage in that one and 6 in that. I'll take that 6,000 damage game and put that as a review. And then somebody that's getting into tanks that really don't know much about it thinks, wow, that thing is a freaking monster. I got to have that tank. And they will, go buy it, or they will use free experience, or they will just bust their butt and get that tank. And then they take it out and do 3 shots, get 200 damage, get the snot kicked out of them, and go, wow, that was pretty disappointing. So I like you guys to see what you're really getting. The match I did have in this, actually, that I'm going to be playing, I actually did pretty good. The win 8 was, and I about crapped, it was 12,000, no, excuse me, 11,000, it was almost a 12,000 win 8 match. I think that is the highest win 8 match I think I've ever had. It was phenomenal. But yeah, I had this gun singing, and it was, jeez, it just didn't stop singing. Let's do a quick review on it. So what do you get? It's a tier 5, medium tank, you get 450 hit points. Armor-wise, not much. You have, and in your front hull, you get 45, side is 45, and rear is 40. On your turret, 52 in the front, and if they shoot you, hopefully they hit this kind of spaced armor stuff right here on your, on the turret, the mantle, the gun mantle there is pretty thick. And 52 in the side, and 45 in the rear. The only real drawback is you got this monstrous commander's hatch sticking up. So you got to watch it. Where's the, yeah, you get 8 degrees of gun depression, so you get decent gun depression, but you got to watch that you back down far enough so they're not picking you off in that commander's hatch. We kind of already went over the gun, but we'll go over it a little bit. So, you get 26.1 rounds a minute, so this thing spits it out quick. Not a machine gun, but pretty close to it. 112 average penetration on your standard round, 189 on your premium, 29 on your HE. Does get APCR for your premium round, which is really nice. 85 and 85 for your average damage, and for your HE is 95. Average damage per minute is 2,217. Dispersion is 0.34. Aim time is 2.3 seconds. The problem, a lot of things that you run into when you get a tank that has, it's like a machine gun. I mean, it shoots so fast, like every 2 seconds, is that aim time will suck. And you'll get this big, you'll fire, and that bloom will go, broop, and then you sit there waiting and waiting and waiting for it to shrink in before you can fire again. So yeah, you might have a 2-second aim, reload, but then you can't take and really use that reload because you're waiting for the reticle to shrink in, or you're just going to miss. So this one here in that aspect is not really too bad. It does have a 1.9 second reload. Aim time with, like I said, it's just kind of a P4 crew, but it is 100% working on their first crew skill. Aim time is 2.5 seconds, so not too shabby. Dispersion is 0.33. My rate of fire is 30.9, 30.9 rounds a minute. And turret traverse is 50.05. Your traverse speed is 42.67. So you're not going to have to worry about somebody, getting spun around. Even if they track you, that turret moves pretty darn quick. Gun depression is -8 down and +20 up. Yeah, it's 29.2 tons, so even though it's a medium, try not to ram too much stuff because it's going to do probably more damage to you than whatever you're hitting. You got a 500 horsepower engine, so you got a really nice 17.13 specific power to weight ratio. Top speed is 56. You'll hit that pretty quick, and you'll maintain it, which is real nice. Reverse is 20. Concealment is 17.4. Your concealment on this is up there with tank destroyer's concealment. That is pretty damn good. 17.4 is actually really, really good. Your view range is pretty low at 358, but again, you're looking at a tier 5, so it's not going to be, super duper. Signal range is 560. When it comes to the guns on this, it really all depends on if you want that a little bit longer reload. Like I said, it's 4.5 seconds on this one, but you hit for 115. Whereas this one, my reload is less than 2 seconds. It's 1.9 seconds, but you hit for 85. And so you really got to look at how good are you at aiming. If you're a good person at your aiming is a high percentage, like mine's like almost 70%. That's the reason I went with this, because I can usually put my rounds on target pretty quick every time. If I were if mine were, let's say, a 40% accuracy, I'd probably go with this one. That way I know I'm at least knocking off an extra 30, 35 hit points or 40 hit points per shot to make, that way I know I don't have to pop out and try shooting them again to get that extra amount of damage. So really, between these two, it all comes down to how good you are at aiming at your targets, how good you are at leading a target to shoot it. The velocity of the shells on this are pretty fast, so you don't have to lead your targets, very, very much at all. So anyways, if you want to hold on just a second, I'll be back with some gameplay for you, and um, it's actually pretty good. Hey everybody, how you guys doing? This is Tank and Trucker. Today, I'm not going to do a review of the tank. I just did a match in it. I've only got 6 matches in this, I think. I don't know if it tells me in this. I don't know, like 6 matches. It is the Russian T-34, Russian strong tank. Anyways, like I said, I don't have too many matches in this. The gun on this kinda standard rounds suck. This is a tier 5, and let's see what we got here. Standard round is 112, premium round bumps you up to 189. Average damage is 85 whopping hit points. Make sure that was on. 85 hit points of damage, and the reload on it is like 1.9 seconds. So reload is phenomenal. It makes up for the lower alpha per hit. You make up for it with that DPM. As you can see, I'm only doing a little bit, I mean, see, 87 was the last, 90 was the last that hit, 76. Critical hit. Bounced off the kind of front of the T-80. There's an 84, 86. Trying to bait a shot, but didn't matter. He has had all day to aim in, and he still missed. But I've got one of those BDR. That's what that was. I think it's a BDR 1G or something or other. Yeah, and it's got a hell of a gun. You get hit with that thing, it'll erase about 200 and I think it's 240 average damage, but it'll erase those hit points pretty damn quick. Now it's like a 7.5 second load time on that, but left him with 27 frickin' hit points. One more shot. If that one shot wouldn't have hit his tracks and done nothing, that cracks me up. Hit him in the tracks. Says it was a. Oh, that was. I don't know what the hell. Did you see that round went flying up into the right? Must have caught a big wind. What was I talking about on the BDR one? I know the aim time on it sucks ass really bad. Takes forever to aim in, so I saw this S-35, and I know that thing will delete you very quick. Oh, he stopped right there, and that helped me out, but I still just wasn't able to finish him off. Left him with just a handful of hit points, 37 or something. If he'd have kept going straight, I might have been able to, well, no, he'd have probably got free. I would have probably done less damage to him, actually. See what he got in front of that building. But the gun on that S35CA does average damage is 300. 3 freaking hundred. I did a review of that thing, and oh yeah, I really like that. I actually need to start playing that thing more. You don't get that many hit points, but anyways, we started getting our team's just getting flat out annihilated here. It's 5-9. I've got 1,073 points of damage and no kills as of, well, yet. It's the only thing when you have the smaller tanks. Make sure I finish that Wolverine off, because you just saw he hit me for 148. Luckily, when the OI experimental hit me, I knew he didn't have the derp, because he was shooting standard rounds, not HE, and it said blocked, or knocked my track off is what it did. But I was happy to know he didn't have the gun, the derp gun there, because this T-34 doesn't have the strongest armor in the world. And you know, everybody's gotta fling the heat around. And somebody put one right through my gun mantle right there. Thickest part of the gun, and yeah, that's. Let me see. No, it looks. Wolverine hit me with an HE, so that's the yellow mark. So yeah, that gun mantle, somebody pinned it. But it's, as I say, it was spaced armor. And when I saw the red, I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, spaced armor, so they hit it, but it didn't penetrate. Thank goodness. But anyways, so that OI experimental backed up in the building. They're capping us. And all we have over by us is artillery. And the Martyr 38T and the T-80 on my team are both way over there. So I knew I had to go back to get a reset. I had enough time. I should have probably tried to put a few more rounds in that experimental on the backside.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is destroyed.
It's very accurate gun on the move. I couldn't believe a lot of these I was just auto aiming and shooting as I moved. You know, I still had plenty of time where I didn't have to like literally stop and aim, and you know, so it was kind of nice. Yeah, I like the gun on this is actually pretty darn accurate. Tell you, shoot at an OI experimental. It's as big as a building there, and a little hole there, and miss it. So now it's kind of caught up. Now I've got 4 kills, 1,839 damage, and like I said, this gun doesn't average. This is where I really fudged up. I could kick myself right there. I lost the game for us right there, to be honest with you. Because that one shot knocked almost 300 hit points off me, which left me with 8 hit points, which means don't fart in the tank or you're going to blow a hole in the side and you're dead. Obviously, I knew I couldn't get hit by literally anything on the enemy team. All they had to do was hit me with an HE round and I would be dead. 8 hit points. I got lucky that OI didn't kill me with that shot. I mean, leaving me with 8 hit points. I mean, the average damage on that gun, I believe, is 300. And he hit me for 294. So it wasn't like he got a super low roll or anything, but I was lucky he didn't get a nice high roll either. But knowing that, I wanted to try and get one more shot in this keister here and ricochet off, but I figured he's got to be reloaded by now. And I was not going to pull out so I could just get deleted from the game there. So I'm looking at my mini-map, and like I always say, your mini-map is your friend. I saw the Marta 38T and the T-80 coming up here, and they would have beautiful shots straight across at the OI experimental. As you can see, the T-80's already shooting them, but he's not penetrating him because the front of that OI has got, I think, 75 millimeter of frontal armor. But every time I would move forward to try getting a shot off, he would. But the good thing was our Marauder 38T or Marauder 38T there, he had enough penetration to go to the front of that thing. He wasn't taking his gun off me though, and it cracked me up the AMN or the. Shoot that tank destroyer. The AT-2 that died like forever ago and did like no damage. Once again, you get somebody that they're dead and they got crap stats, but they're going to tell you how to play the game. He was saying, get behind him, get behind him. Oh my God, get behind him. Well, obviously he didn't get on first person, third person view on my tank to see that the guy had the gun aimed right at me. And if I so much as came around that corner, he would have just erased me off the map. He'd have shot me and I would have been in a different zip code. But it cracks me up. Everybody's going to play your tank for you when they're dead and they did nothing to even help the match, you know. Here I've got a little over 2,000 damage and 4 kills. I'm still in the match and this guy's going to act like I'm a retard. People just crack me up, man. It's like, dude, you can't even freaking play your own tank. You're dead already. You didn't do shit for damage, but you're going to tell me how to play the game. But so, yeah, when I said that I basically when that OI experimental hit me, I lost it for the match for the team. You're gonna see what I was talking about. So the Martyr 38T on my team's coming up, and you see that. Where is it? I think it's that dead tank right there, or this one right here. One of the two. Um, yeah, spoiler alert. The T-67 on the enemy team, he pops in right over. There he is. So he pops in over there, and then the SA-40, is that what that thing was? SAU-40 ends up being out here in the field. Um, both of them, literally, the SAU-40 was like a one shot. This guy here is still pretty much, I mean, he's missing like 10, or I mean 50 hit points. But if I played my cards right, I could have probably whittled him down pretty darn quick. I would have loaded, because I know the T-67 has absolutely no armor. I should have actually had a HE round preloaded, but I didn't know if he was going to pop out there, that SAU-40 was. And to be honest and straightforward with you, I don't know the stats of the SAU-40. I've got it in my garage, but I don't think I've ever taken it out, not a single time. So I have no clue what the armor is on that, if it's thick, thin, blah, whatever. But I do know the T-67's armor on is like paper thin. But I already had a APCR round loaded. I knew he was heading this way, even though the reload's only 1.9 seconds. I won't pop a shell out and put another one in when I'm already loaded, just in case that SAU-40 could have come right to my left, and here I'm in the middle of aiming. Even though it's only a 2-second aim time, sometimes that's all it takes is 2 seconds. But anyways, you'll see. Yeah, the Martyr 38T cuts in front, gets over towards me, and that T-67, and you'll see the other one just shot across the map right there, the SAU-40. I don't think I could have actually gotten a shot off of him. No, he's got the house that's covering. You can see the roof right there. Railroad cars. So, and it looked like he had a derp gun, because that round, you could see it flying and heard it go boom. So, more than likely he's got a derp and he's shooting HE. But here's where I fudged up for the team. There's a dead tank. Thought I had a good enough aim on that, and well, I just fudged it up, and I didn't. I was pretty pissed. Now, see, where I was saying I lost it for the team a few minutes ago with that OI experimental is, if he wouldn't have shot me when I pulled forward like I did, like a moron, he wouldn't have taken out 300 of my hit points, and that T-67 wouldn't have just had a one shot on me. And more than likely, between me and the Marauder 38T there, I could have, literally, here's a Marauder, whatever it is, 38T, tank destroyer, he's aiming at him. Here's me. If I had, pretty much my full health other than getting hit by the Wolverine, what I could have done is pulled out like this to protect him from getting hit, taken a shot on his front drive wheel or his track to knock his track off, get a shot in there, back up, let him shoot, pull forward, and shoot myself, just back and forth, because I would have had still right around, get 450 hit points minus, so I'd have still had about 200 and some hit points. Or wait, what am I looking at here? That doesn't make any sense. It says that you get, the T-34 gets 450 hit points. Well, that wouldn't make any sense if, well, I don't understand. Because it says that I have 450 hit points. Shows you right here, right on the bottom. 0 out of 450, because I just got blown up. Or is maybe that's him. No, that's got to be me. I'll have to look. But I'm doing the math here. It doesn't make any sense. If I've got 450 hit points, the OI experimental hit me for 294, so that's 300 basically. And then the Wolverine hit me for 148, so that'd be 3, 448. 3. Oh, yeah, okay, that is 450. I thought that was more than 450 hit points. I'm a real fucking mathematician, aren't I? I'm looking at it going, what in the hell? That's not adding up. Because I was going 294, so 300 and 148. That's, because I was bumping the 294 straight up to 300 and 140, I was saying 150, so that'd have been 450 hit points right there. And I'm like, how did I get, the 8 points there on the, T-67 that just finished me off, and then, all right, yeah, okay. It is, let me see, 1:11 in the morning, and yes, I'm barely awake, so that's going to be my excuse why I look like a freaking stupid ass. And literally, I could just remake this video, and you'd never know, but that's how tired I am. I'm just going to let it go. But boy, oh man, I'll break out the calculator for adding up 294, 148, and 8. It equals 450. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh, I should go to bed. I should have went to bed instead of making this video. Oh, jeez. And the funny thing is, the load that I have on this truck, they start receiving at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to be there half an hour before that. So it's 1:12, and I got to be there at 3:30. So yeah, it's gonna be about 2.5 hours of sleep. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna sleep while they unload me. Oh, but anyways, what I was saying, well, before I had to break out the calculator for that wicked math problem there, fucking moron, Jesus Christ, was if I wouldn't have got hit by that OI experimental down there and he knocked off 294 of my hit points, like I said, I could have taken some hits for the Martyr 38T. He, God bless his heart, he must be brand new to tanks because his stats on here. I don't know if I can. Nah, it won't let me. Oh yeah, it will. He's right here, up here. Obviously, as Z Bear, all white. Doesn't show anything on his stats. That mean he's got. I think that means he's got less than 100 battles. It's either less than 100 battles or less than 300 battles, something like that. Because you have to have at least 100 battles in a tank for it to actually register. So I imagine that's what it is. You got to have at least 100 matches in your account, which obviously he doesn't. For it to even, maybe that's what it is to register for, XVM or, um, to show your stats on here. But yeah, the enemy team actually had two guys that had basically no stats, and we had no, or excuse me, two. We had the Marta 38T and the T-80, the Manifesto there in the bottom. Yeah, both those poor guys are just starting to play tanks. So I remember those days back a long time ago in 2011 and World of Tanks beta. But so anyways, yeah, if I wouldn't have got nailed by him, I'd have been able to share some of the damage, and we could have taken this guy out pretty easy. And that guy's got 58 hit points, so he's a one shot. So yeah, it's just a bummer. I shouldn't have pulled out down there, but what do you do? Once those hit points are gone, you don't get them back till after you're dead and in the tank again in another match. The nice thing is I did 2,008 damage, got 4 kills, and the win 8 for this match, and I'm not shitting you at all. You can go to Watt Replays and pull this match up off there because I put it on Watt Replays because I couldn't believe it when I saw the win 8 for that match was 13. Oh, what was it? 1,300 and it's almost 1,400, 13 or 1,400, right around in there. I just thought it was kind of funny because a guy had put a match on there right before mine that said, phenomenal win 8, 1,200, and da da da. And then I was able to top him. Literally, I said something like, oh, phenomenal win 8, did better, 13, da da da. That might be. I don't want to say the highest win I've ever gotten, but it's up there. Probably one of the top 4 win 8s that I've ever gotten in World of Tanks. So it's kind of cool getting 13, almost a 1,400 win 8 in this match. Talk about really bumping your win 8 stats up with a quickness. But anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below, somewhere down yonder. And if you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to me channel. I try and do videos like this as much as I possibly can. I think the next video I do, at the end of that, in the comments and stuff, I'll put a little competition, and what we're going to do is, for the remainder of December, so it'll be like January, I'd say the 1st, but yeah, maybe a little January 1st. Well, that's the New Year's, but I think I'm going to set it up to have a little tank competition, and have you guys send me replays of your best match, and whoever does the most damage and gets the most experience for their match, be it a win or a loss, doesn't matter. Because like this, I mean, I had a hell of a match. Should have been but still, my team lost. So I'm not gonna, lay it on you to win or win a free tank, and have it go up in flames because your team sucked ass and you end up losing. So, send me your best replays. Well, not right now, but I'm gonna set it up on the next replay I do. But we're gonna have you guys send me your best replays, and I'll review them and probably do either. More likely, it's gonna be the top two, because I ain't a millionaire, but I'm not lucky enough for World of Tanks to be giving me tanks to give away. Who knows? Maybe they will someday. But what I'll do is the top two players with the most experience and damage in a match. What I'll do is I'll get your name and stuff, and I'll send you a lifetime supply of jelly so that you can taste it every month. You'll get the Jelly of the Month Club. No, I'm just kidding. That's on Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation. No, what I'll do is whoever wins, I'll let you pick a premium tank out of the premium shop. You'll tell me what you want, and then I'll go ahead and gift it to you. Obviously, it'll have to be a single tank, so I'm not going to spend $80 or $90 on a tank because it's bundled with 4,000 gold and garage slots. I'll do a tank. If you want the T-34, that's fine, because you can get just the tank, or the low, or I don't know what other tanks. I can't remember. I'm just too freaking tired. I need to go to bed. But I'll probably do that and have it all set up on the next video. So kind of keep tuned for that, or stay tuned for that. So I'll try and get that done where, get all the results in and review them, and then probably run it for like 2 weeks, so that I've got about a week, since I, working my ass off, and I got to be able to stop and get the videos and download them and review them, and I might have 20 people, or I might have 2,000 people send me replays to see if they can win a tank. So you never know. I mean, subscriber wise, I've got I think like 26 people. Ooh, I know, tons and millions. So who knows? Maybe I'll only get 26 replays. Who knows? But it'd be kind of nice, to something fun, something different. Maybe I'll get more people to subscribe when they hear that, hey, this tank and trunker dude's giving away free tanks. So, so you guys keep tuned for that. You be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Hey guys, sorry about the replay that was actually a little older than I thought it was. I thought it was just more recent. Obviously, it was a couple weeks old. So please do me a favor, disregard the ending where I was talking about having you send me replays, and I'll go through them for the competition. Obviously, that's not how I was going to end up doing it. As in, once I hit 100 people, I'll just go ahead and randomly pick people to give the tanks and premium time and the golden credits to. It's just like I got thinking about it. It was a good idea at first. It seemed like I don't know, a lot of people think it would be, I don't know, more fair, but then I got thinking, well, you know, what happens if somebody's just getting into tanks and really know how to play. I wanted to make it kind of more across the board fair, so I figured the best way to do it was just a random drawing. So that's what we're gonna, end up doing once we get 100 people. And I apologize about the camera going zooming in and out. It's when I got that new camera, and the thing was set to autofocus and auto zoom. It kept zooming way in on my face and stuff. I actually had to take that camera off because I can't get to the settings. It keeps, every time I go to open up the settings, it just errors out and closes. So I think I'm gonna have to uninstall it, reinstall it, and then I can get to the settings or something. I don't know. So anyways, please just disregard the ending of that video where I was saying to send videos into me and I'll review them, and your best games and blah blah blah. And by the looks of it, I must have been awful goddamn tired because I looked half asleep in that video. So yeah, anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. You guys be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.